Imagine this. You wake up, put on a suit, commute for an hour, and arrive at your office. You sit at your desk, turn on your computer, and then you do absolutely nothing. For 8 hours. No emails, no meetings, no tasks. Your only job is to look busy, a human scarecrow in a corporate field. This isn't a bizarre dream. For some workers in Japan, it's reality. Employees are kept on the payroll, given a desk, but stripped of all meaningful work. They're paid to be present, but not to participate. A ghost in the corporate machine. It's the professional equivalent of being invited to a party and told to stand in the corner day after day. This isn't about a slow day at the office. It's a deliberate, systematic removal of responsibility. The goal? To make an employee's existence so pointless that they eventually quit. It's a psychological war of attrition, waged with silence and boredom. Companies pay full salaries just to make people miserable enough to leave. This isn't just a quirky HR problem, it's a symptom of a deep conflict between tradition and the modern workplace. This practice is called oidashi beya, banishment rooms. Sometimes it's a literal room, but more often it's a state of being. A desk in a forgotten corner, a transfer to a department with no function. The goal is simple: isolate and bore an employee until they resign. It's a layoff in everything but name, a silent layoff. Instead of firing you, the company just stops giving you work. You're left invisible, your projects reassigned, your responsibilities gone. Some are given mind-numbing tasks, watching blank security footage, retyping phone books, or reading the company mission statement on repeat. The work is pointless, designed to erode your sense of value. Why not just fire people? Because in Japan, firing is legally and culturally difficult. Dismissing someone is seen as a failure and can lead to lawsuits. So companies found a loophole: make employees so miserable they quit themselves. It's quiet, clean, and legally defensible. A masterclass in passive-aggressive corporate strategy. Picture Tanaka-san, arriving at his desk in a remote corner, far from his old team. His inbox is empty, his calendar blank, his phone silent. He tries to look busy, but there's nothing to do. Colleagues avoid eye contact. He's become a living warning sign. Occasionally, he's given a pointless task. Sorting irrelevant documents, no deadline, no purpose. Lunch is a lonely affair. He eats alone, isolated from former friends. The afternoon drags on, mirroring the morning's emptiness. He can't leave early. Doing so could get him formally disciplined. He's trapped, forced to perform the role of employee without any real work. The company keeps him on payroll, but it's a weapon. He can't claim unemployment, can't move on. His skills erode, his confidence shatters, his network dissolves. It's a perfectly engineered trap. This is the insidious nature of the oidashi beya. Why do companies resort to this? It's rooted in shushin koyo, lifetime employment. For decades, the deal was, work hard, and you'll have a job for life. Firing a permanent employee is seen as a betrayal, a failure of the company's duty. This cultural expectation shaped Japan's labor laws, making them some of the world's most rigid. Companies can't fire workers without a socially acceptable cause, serious misconduct, or total incompetence. Even poor performance isn't enough. Companies must prove they tried everything to help. Firing is a legal minefield, costly and damaging to reputation. Rather than risk lawsuits and public shame, companies choose the path of least resistance, silent, soul-crushing attrition. It's the corporate equivalent of trying to get a guest to leave by making them as uncomfortable as possible. The result? Employees are paid to disappear. Silent layoffs are born from three forces: strict labor laws, lifetime employment culture, and the need to save face. In Japan, harmony and avoiding confrontation are deeply valued. Openly firing someone creates a scene and causes everyone to lose face. Oidashi beya is a face-saving solution. The company keeps you employed, technically, while making your life unbearable. They maintain the appearance of a benevolent employer, even as they sideline you. Economically, this made sense during downturns. Companies couldn't fire excess staff, so they sidelined them. Why pay severance or risk lawsuits when you can just wait for someone to quit? The law says you can't fire them, the culture says you shouldn't, and the economy says you can't afford to keep them. The result is a passive-aggressive compromise. Everyone pretends nothing is wrong. The company pretends it's not trying to get rid of you. You pretend you still have a job. It's a silent, unspoken charade. Sometimes, banishment is literal, a separate room, a career development center in name only. Employees spend days in drab offices, writing reports about doing nothing. The exercise is a performance of productivity, reinforcing their lack of value. Some are assigned demeaning tasks. Skilled engineers made security guards, managers told to clean toilets. One manager was ordered to read management books for 10 hours a day. The goal isn't just boredom, it's humiliation. Even without a separate room, your workspace becomes an island of shame. You might be seated in a high-traffic area, forbidden to answer the phone, a public monument to rejection. The psychological weight is immense. It's a constant reminder, you're on the outside, looking in. The financial cost to companies is one thing, but the human cost is far greater. Employees go from valued contributors to non-persons. At first, there's confusion and denial. Maybe it's temporary. But as weeks pass, the truth sets in. This is a strategy. Humiliation, shame, and isolation follow. Work is a huge part of identity, especially in Japan. Being forced to show up while stripped of purpose is daily degradation. Stress, anxiety, and depression are common. Skills atrophy, motivation dies, and career prospects evaporate. How do you explain a year of doing nothing on your resume? For younger employees, it's especially jarring. Cynicism and distrust grow. The corporate family is revealed as a facade. Why go to such lengths? It's all about risk management. Paying a sidelined employee is often cheaper than a lawsuit. Reputation is crucial. Japanese companies want to be seen as stable and caring. Mass layoffs would shatter that image. Oidashibaya lets them quietly shrink the workforce while maintaining a no-layoffs policy. It's a PR move, protecting the corporate family image. And frankly, it works. Most people can't endure months of pointless isolation. Eventually they quit, and the company avoids severance and legal trouble. The system is designed to produce this outcome. It also serves as a warning to others. Step out of line, and this could be you. It enforces compliance and discourages dissent. Employees keep their heads down, fearing the desk facing the wall. It's a brutal but effective method of control. For decades, this system went unchallenged, but things are changing. Younger workers, the Satori Sadai, don't share their parents' loyalty to one company. They value work-life balance and job satisfaction over lifetime security. If sidelined, they're more likely to quit or speak out, especially with social media as a platform. Japan's labor shortage means companies are competing for talent. A reputation for banishment rooms is now a liability. Talented graduates avoid companies with cruel practices. The economic incentive is flipping. Lost talent is more costly than keeping someone on payroll. The nature of work is changing. Gig economy, remote work, and global competition demand flexibility. The silent layoff is becoming obsolete. The story of Oidashibaya is more than a corporate quirk. It's a reflection of Japan's struggle between tradition and modernity. What began as a shield for workers has become a cage for some. The key lesson is about dignity. Work is about purpose, not just a paycheck. Stripping that away while keeping someone on payroll is a violation of their humanity. The most cruel punishments are often silent and bureaucratic. As Japan faces new challenges, this practice must become a relic. The solution isn't callous firings, but a more humane middle ground. Reform labor laws, invest in real retraining, and foster a culture where honest exits are possible. Ultimately, companies must ask, is their responsibility just a desk and a salary, or an environment where people can grow and contribute? The answer, hopefully, doesn't involve a desk facing a wall.